Hello, friends. This is Vijaya. I'm a holistic diet and lifestyle consultant. Welcome to my channel, which is Ayurveda Diaries. Today's session is about talking to an expert. So, what I call talk to an expert session. And today's topic is dance. Dance is one of those fun activities that many people like to watch, but few of us actually attempt to do it. But we know that dance is not only fun, but also keeps our bodies and mind fit and active. A few questions come to mind when we think of dance, right? From fitness perspective. So do I need to be a classical dancer to take advantage of this activity? Can I learn at any age? I'm not a child anymore. Is it too late to start learning dance? And if I am interested in learning dance, where do I start? How do I learn, right? So to answer such questions, I have got a guest today, Shafali, a good friend of mine. She is not only a dancer herself, she's not a classical dancer, but she dances very well, and she also trains others, both kids and adults. So let's talk to her and let's ask her these questions, and let's find out the answers to the questions that we have got. So, but before that, please bear in mind the following. If you are somebody who has got any physical ailments, or you're pregnant, or you're about the age of 40, or even if you're under 40, but you're not sure if you can pursue dance, please first talk to your doctor first before starting to dance, as we need to be mindful of our physical condition. We need to be careful when we dance as we age. We should avoid slipping and injuring ourselves. So, keeping that in mind, let's talk to Shafali and let's see how beneficial dance is, and where do we start if we want to learn dance. Okay, now over to Shafali. Hi, Shafali. Thank you for joining me today. Uh, I have got a few questions for you. Shall we start?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm curious to know, how did you get into dance, right? How did you learn dance? I understand you are not a classical dancer, but you're always into dancing. How did that happen?
Yes, Vijaya, I have no formal training of dance. I learned to love dance seeing others dance in my family. My dad was my inspiration and role model. At the age of 45, he was learning to dance. He was overweight and he was trying to learn dance that would be good for him, would be some physical exercise, but would be a lot of joy. So he was doing ballroom dancing, he was learning twist, he was learning salsa. And I had a lot of extended family around me learning dance also. So they were all inspiring constantly. I would see them very happy after a session.
Oh, okay. So that's good to know. It's like a family affair for you. Okay. And also, your dad. That's very interesting because many people wonder, what is the right age to dance? Whether we pass the age if we had not started dancing, before the age of 10 or something. So tell me about your father. Like, at what age you started dancing?
Yeah, he was 45 plus then. We had just bought a new LP player, those vinyl records
Hmm.
that went at the speed of 33 and 45 and 78. We bought this chubby checker, Let's Twist Again, like we did last summer.
Hmm.
And he was in love with that song. So he said, I have to find a teacher to teach me the twist.
Hmm.
And he hunted somebody down in the newspaper. Those days you would find things in the newspaper columns. And he hunted down a teacher and called him, and he came home right enough. He was teaching in front of us in the living room. We were all hiding and watching, and he was a very good teacher. I mean, my dad was thrilled to have him, and he learned a lot from him also very fast. So that was very encouraging.
Okay. And you yourself, how long have you been practicing to dance, and how long have you been training others?
So I have been dancing for more than 40 years. I was 11 years old when I did my first performance, and only a few months before that, I had planned to prepare for that performance. I've been teaching dance for about 10 to 12 years now.
Okay. So it's a good time that you have experience with dance. So I'm hoping that you can explain to us what emotional and physical benefits have you experienced, because when it comes to physical activity, many of us think about yoga and gym and running, and that those are the first things that come to us, and dance comes as maybe part of gym, or one small segment, or it doesn't even come to our mind, common people like myself. So can you explain to me what emotional and physical benefits have you experienced over the time? If you have stuck with dance for so long, there must be something for you there.
Yes, so Vijay, like you mentioned, gym or a sport or doing yoga. Now, these are things that mostly give you a good physical exercise, a good de stressing, but dance adds that creative element to it.
Okay, okay.
So you are developing your brain, your right brain is getting developed, is getting used. So if you're not creative in anything else, that's not your field. Dance could be one where you open those pathways and build those pathways.
Okay, okay, I get you now. Okay, I see. So I know that you also regularly practice yoga, don't you?
Yes, I do. I do. In fact, I practice yoga just before dance. And if I am feeling I've stretched something or pulled something during dance, I practice yoga just right after it.
Okay.
I've been teaching dance to middle school students from the age of 11 to 15.
Mm-hmm.
And when these girls have come to me, they could hardly move.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know where your hips are, how are you supposed to pick them up and move them, or turn them in a certain direction?
Mm-hmm.
So that's sometimes I had to do like 15 minutes of yoga just for some hip gripping exercises, so they knew where their hips were, so they had like control over their hips to move them. So same goes for me. When
Oh,
I'm doing dance and I'm doing it with a higher intensity, I
oh,
could be throwing my limbs out of the joints,
okay.
be it my arms, be it my legs.
Okay.
So I have to sort of intensify support of those joints before I go into dance.
Okay.
Also, knowing on a given day what kind of a song I'm going to dance on, or I'm going to teach, or I'm going to perform. That's the level of yoga I do before that. Could be just mild to just tone and strengthen and fix my limbs in, or it could be like really intense. If I have to move a lot, then I will also do a lot of hip gripping. I'll do a lot of restructuring my joints and holding the limbs in them.
Okay. So yoga and dance are complementary that way.
They are complementary, and yoga actually in a way guarantees that you will not hurt yourself.
Okay. So would you suggest then, if somebody wants to learn yoga, dance, they also get at least some idea about yoga and have some basic practice of yoga?
If you're having coordination issues, yoga will help. If you're
Okay.
doing an intense dance, yoga will help. If you are not able to move your hips or any such things, then warm up yoga will help.
Oh, okay. I
But
see.
if you have all those things and you're not doing something intensive from the beginning,
Mm.
then you can do it without yoga.
Oh,
Yoga, like I said, is just a guarantee that your dance will not hurt any of your limbs or your body, and that you'll be able to move. Like I said, if you have a hip gripping exercise, you can move your hips.
okay. Okay. I see. And understand that you're learning music as well. So,
Yes.
so how is music helping you with dance, or are they like separate things that you're pursuing because of your, interests, or you find anything that they're related, or how do you see dance and music?
So dance for me is feeling the rhythm of the music,
Okay.
and to understand or feel the rhythm to a better extent, singing definitely helps. So
Uh-huh.
when you start to understand the beats, when you start to understand the intervals, you can choreograph steps better. You
Okay.
can give them a proper space so they look more elegant and more matched with the music.
Okay.
So the understanding of music comes, and music is food for the soul. So
Yes.
it can never hurt the more you go into it. So it could be through dance, through singing. I mean, not everybody needs to dance. People could be very physically fit doing other things and
Yeah.
not interested in dance.
Yeah.
But I will definitely say music is something for the soul, and it is what music gives you, nothing else can give you.
Okay. Okay. I see. Okay, that's good to know. And not all of us have time, or to afford to learn classical dance or any of the formal way of dancing, or we never learned dance when we were like young, like you, unlike you. So is it possible for someone in their 30s 40s to start dancing and take that benefit that you have been talking about, like the creative benefit or the physical fitness wise? Would you say, your father learned, but now in our fast-paced lifestyle these days, would you do you think it's possible for somebody to learn or even otherwise, even if they don't have fast-paced, somebody in this, usually what happens is there is that shyness. We don't mind learning yoga anytime, we don't mind going to gym anytime, but when we say dance, somehow we are shy and we pull ourselves back. How do we, is it first, yeah, is it physically possible to learn properly, and b, how do we overcome that shyness?
So the best advice I got from my father when I started to learn dance was dance like you're the only one in the room.
Okay.
So that will take care of your shyness. Even now, Vijaya, when I perform at school or anywhere, you might think I can see the audience.
Yeah.
And I do see the audience, but I don't see them. I'm in my own world. I'm dancing in front of a mirror. I'm trying to do my steps right. I'm trying to enjoy the dance because I know the joy that I will feel, I will transmit some percentage of it.
Okay.
You can feel the rhythm through a person's body and get to know music that way. Or you can judge a music and see if somebody's moving according to the rhythm. So it goes both ways.
Okay.
So to learn dance, first you have to realize and decide that this is just me by myself.
Hmm.
You can start it in front of a mirror. You can put the music that you like. The
Hmm.
steps don't have to match. The
Hmm.
movement comes to you automatically.
Okay.
It
Okay.
may not be right. It may be right.
Okay.
That's just a beginning part where we want to get rid of the shyness.
Hmm.
The next step, I mean, COVID times are great. You can join an online class.
Okay.
And now I think so, I suppose after this, that will be, sometimes people don't have time to make it to a class, but they
Hmm.
have like 30 minutes or an hour at home to join a class. So I think this trend will continue and people will be able to join a class. So when you're joining a class, you can't feel that shy. You think only your teacher can see you, or at least you can open the screen to where only your teacher can see you.
Okay, that's right. So you are suggesting that.
Yeah.
In the,
So that is the best of these times we can make.
uh,
And then when you get a little more comfortable, you can of course join physically a class. I have been to some bhangra classes in Pineapple Studios in Covent Garden, and I have I have seen so many people perform that to different levels, because somebody's shy and holding back a bit, and somebody's like totally into it. So it's very important to get rid of the shyness as much as you can. But if you couldn't, that shouldn't be holding you back.
right. No, it's a good thing that you mentioned about these online classes, and that your idea that just start online initially, or at least you are only there with your teacher in your mind,
Yes,
or you can even
yes.
physically make it happen with your settings in such a way that only your teacher can see you. It's a good idea, and uh, and then uh, you know suppose we are not performing for big audience, we can still learn, right? We don't have to go perform, right, to take advantage of this dance as an art. And
Yes, and as a joy. I'm
yeah.
telling you, the feel good feeling that I get after doing dance, the neurotransmitters transmit in the same way after a workout, that you get that feeling of de-stress and joy and the clarity of mind.
Mm,
It is a dance is a moving meditation.
okay.
If we talk about meditation, what is meditation? It is focusing on one thing. People start with focusing on their breaths to learn meditation.
Mm,
If you're just learning to be in the rhythm of the music,
mm,
it's a moving meditation. You're not paying attention to anything else.
okay.
I
Okay.
remember I was teaching some kids here and somebody was fixing my staircase and he
Mm,
was making a lot of noise, and he finished up and he moved all his equipment and left. And then when we finished the class, I was going to open the door and I asked them, I said, has he gone? He said, didn't you notice he made so much noise while moving all the equipment? And I really did not notice.
Oh yeah, that's a true meditation.
I was, I was, I was embarrassed to say that I did not notice.
Yeah.
But I should not actually be embarrassed. That means how
Yeah,
much I was into it. I didn't hear anything. This
true.
is like one room outside my living room. I
Yeah,
should be hearing it. So all the kids heard it. So they were not that much into it as much as I was.
that's true. That's true.
So I told them it's a test. It was a test to see how much you're into the dance. And I got away with it that way. But
Yeah.
the truth, honest truth is that it's moving meditation. It's very good for the mind, the mental clarity that comes with it. And if you start to experience that, you will automatically go on. So
Hmm.
the effort is required to start to experience that. Then you are on an auto mode and you're just climbing up the levels.
Okay, I see. Okay, and for a newbie, how frequently do they need to dance, like say per week, or to become comfortable with this, or to make them part of their lifestyle?
Okay. So depends on physical fitness also. If you're physically fit, you might be able to do it 2 times a week. If you're just starting up and you're not that fit, you want to start with once a week. I was very bad with yoga. I started with once a week. Second month, I was doing it 4 times a week.
Okay.
It's how hooked you get, how your body can manage it. You should not be very tired. And if you're tired that day, you should be able to recover.
Okay.
And tiredness will only come when you join a class. When you're doing your own, you're beginning, I don't think you will get tired because we know our limits and we don't cross them.
Okay.
It
Okay.
only comes when we are in a group, trying to keep up with the group.
Right. If the
That
group.
becomes more intense and we, get tired maybe. And then there's a time involved that you have to be there for 1 hour dancing. At
Exactly.
home, if you're doing 30 minutes and ideally you want to get into it.
Okay.
So if your mind is already made up that you want to join it for the joy, for the mental clarity, for the physical activity, for whichever of the above,
Yeah.
and you're working towards it, you will start at least once a week.
Okay. Okay.
And then you can grow from there how much joy or how much enjoyment or how much feedback you get from it.
So that's completely individual, and then you listen to your body, you listen to your mind, and then so the last question is last couple of questions that I have is this. Um, so about this learning dance, would you say, again, it probably depends on each individual, but I still wanted to go and ask you anyway to see your perspective. What is right? Like, somebody in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and they want to start learning to dance now, or if not giving performance on the stage, just for themselves at least, would you suggest, is it better to start with an instructor initially, so that you are not injuring ourselves, or no, it's okay, you'll have Bollywood or Hollywood videos and follow a few steps, test yourself, and then get an instructor, or is there a guideline, or is there can you throw some uh, thoughts about the newbies who are lost, where they want to start?
I think there is no age to start learning, first of all.
Hmm.
And it is great if you can do it yourself, if you have the drive. If
Okay.
the drive is missing, you will need help, you will need an instructor, you will need some structure.
Okay. Okay.
But if you have a drive, you judge that from the beginning. Starting by yourself is excellent.
Okay, so you can just have Bollywood videos and then start.
Yes, you can have Bollywood videos playing. You can just have music playing. You don't even need to watch a video.
Okay,
If it
so
doesn't come to you naturally, you go to a video next.
I
You
see.
don't need to do the same intensity that they are doing. You
Oh,
might just want to go in the direction they are going first. You just want to watch the hand movements and do those maybe. Then move the hands and the legs. Because when people start dancing, coordination issues come up.
correct.
So whenever I have taught dancing, those are the biggest issues I have had. I've had the best of dancers come in here, learn, do a fabulous steps and go by themselves. And then I will have this person who has coordination issue. And when they are done in a few weeks, I want to give them the best and most improved award.
Okay.
Because they came here with very little to offer and very little that they brought into dance, but they walked away with the most.
Okay, that's good to know. So, okay, I like what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, that human body has the ability to dance even just with music. You don't even need to ape somebody.
No, we don't.
Actually, aping may be a little bit more difficult also because
Yes.
we're putting ourselves to their standards. These are very well choreographed dances, Bollywood dances.
Also, when you're looking, you're not able to perform that well.
Yes.
Even if you want to learn from a video, first look, learn, then perform. Don't start learning and dancing the same time.
Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. So
So if
what?
you want to just watch for 10 seconds, you look, watch, try to, remember the steps, then you go and perform.
Okay.
That's the best way to pick it up.
That's a very good advice for the newbies. So, in closing, do you mind just giving us some dance moves? If not standing up, just with hands for somebody to, oh, yeah, I can start. I can do some confidence.
So, Vijaya, since you've been talking about age, I imagine if I am 70, 80 in bed with something, I would still want to dance. So, I will show you a step that I could do in bed.
Okay. Okay.
Lying down, sitting down, whatever.
Okay.
So this was my first dance, and it's still stuck in my head very well.
Wow.
So, like I said, it's a creation coming from Bollywood. It's a lot of facial expression. And that's the part that I like about Bollywood dancing. It's the facial expression.
Okay.
Those days, they didn't move their bodies much, but the faces spoke so much in the moves.
Oh, yeah,
so one will definitely be able to do that in the 70s and 80s. I mean, my children and my husband can call me a drama, but I am a dance drama. What can I do about that? Okay. So I'll sing a little piece and dance with it for you. Okay. Just sitting down here.
Sure.
Just two lines, okay?
Okay.
होठों में ऐसी बात मैं दबा के चली आई, खुल जाए वो ही बात तो दुहाई है दुहाई, अरे हाँ बात जिसमें प्यार तो है जहर भी है, हाय होठों में ऐसी बात मैं दबा के चली आई, खुल जाए वो ही बात तो दुहाई है दुहाई.
Oh, thanks a lot, Shafali. That's very nice. I can, clearly see the enjoyment in your face.
Yeah.
And then you're really enjoying. And see, so thanks a lot for your time. And it's really encouraging to learn from you that you can learn dance anytime, and it's there inherently in you. The body has that in you, which is, very, very encouraging. So see, audience, from our friend Shafali, we have seen ourselves how much she's enjoying. It's not like she's doing big moves, but when she showed us that small demo, but her soul is there. You can actually feel, her laugh is infectious, her expressions are infectious. Even you feel like, starting to dance with her. So let's all try. There is no harm in trying, but please, in closing, as I mentioned in the beginning, please do not injure yourselves. If you have any doubts before starting, talk to your doctor first. Okay. And thanks a lot. Have a great day, Shafali. I hope to talk to you again in the future sessions, because I know you have other skills as well in addition to dance music, like cooking and all that. And you're very friendly, so we can have other conversations in the future as well. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you.
Dear friends, please like, share my videos, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Vijaya's Ayurveda Diaries. You can also search for my YouTube channel by typing Vijaya Kurada. Once again, thanks a lot for your time, and please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.